And I was dumbfounded at the lack of pushback on $500 billion over 2 years. Where are the deficit hawks, the heritage of that in Washington?
Well, I think you're going to be hearing from them. I spoke with two sources yesterday who are aides to members of the House Freedom Caucus, and they essentially said that this plan is, quote unquote, fiscally irresponsible. In addition to that, they said that the majority of their caucus, which is about 25, 30 members of the Republican Party in the House, would really have a difficult time getting on board with this. But look, Tom, I spoke with a centrist member yesterday, Representative Garamendi, a Democrat from California, who said that he was one of the 17 members who voted for the original House version of this. And this version coming back from the Senate is something that he's going to like even more. So for the first time, centrist Democrats actually might have leverage in this debate in the House.
Okay, well, bring up the chart. I showed this before. It's a brand new chart. We've had it for years in the Bloomberg. Here's World War II. Here's the Clinton surplus, and down here's Kevin Cirilli's multiple trillion-dollar budget deficits. When you look at this, and when CBO does their work and all that, how will the politicians respond, or do they just ignore the fiscal industry?
Well, I think what's interesting about this deal is that it would also raise the debt limit into March of 2019. So there's a lot of economic certainty in this package put forth by Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. But we just don't know right now if the conservatives in the House are going to get on board with this. And if you start looking at the math of this, this is where things like the Hastert rule come, where whether or not Speaker Ryan's going to have the majority of the Republicans getting on board with this type of legislation. So it's going to be a really big day today to watch the developments in the math of the scoreboard, so to speak, to see if Republicans are actually going to rally behind this. The rank and file are frustrated with the Senate leadership simply because they've been having to go along to get along in the House because of the upper chamber leadership.
All right, so when do we find out, in terms of timeline today? Kevin, good morning. First of all, I know you have very long days, but when do we find out a little bit better about the mood?
Good morning, Francine. Well, the mood in Washington is always crazy, but we won't know the precise timing. This is one of those things where there's going to be meetings around the clock in the morning to see, and the whip operation in the House of Representatives is going to be into full gear to see if that math is there. We just don't know right now.